Sometimes it could be that maybe you have been praying for financial breakthrough. Let's give an example. And then you're like, I'm praying for a new job. I'm going through certain situations financially. But I want you to know that God might not have answered immediately the way you wanted it to be. Maybe through giving you a new job, but He has kept you healthy. That you do not have to spend a lot of bills on medication or on like hospital bills. Or maybe that you do not have to, maybe the children have been healthy and it could be that maybe he has brought provision in a way that he has connected you to people that have helped you maybe attain certain things without having to spend a lot of money. And it could also be that God has how do you say? It could also be that God has helped you maybe reduce on the way you have been spending, on your spending levels. These are all ways that God helps us. I know there are times that I would pray for some things and I'm like, God, this. Then God reminds me that you remember, it's me that cut that bill. It's me that reduced on this. And then sometimes I realize that, wow, I didn't know that, even God helping you to be able to save certain amount of money that you were not able to save before. That's also a way of financial breakthrough, because you have to know that even just saving money is a spiritual thing. That's why there are people who cannot save money. Not because they do not earn it. It could be that they even earn it, but they cannot. So, you thinking that you're praying and nothing is happening. It's a trick of the enemy to make you feel that God is not hearing, God is not answering. Look, He has not answered to your prayer of giving you a job, but God has reduced on your bills, God has reduced on you falling sick, God has connected you to people who are nice and who have helped you to attain certain things without having to spend a lot of money, of which if you had not met those people, maybe you'd have needed to spend money. And so it's important for you to understand that if you've been praying for, I don't know, maybe you're praying for God to do whatever it is. Sometimes God, the way He answers, He comes in a form that seems subtle. Like for you think that He's not answering, but He is. He's giving you a peace of mind during that situation that you have never felt before. And you're wondering, you're like, wow, the situation has not gone away, but I seem to disregard it. It's not like before that you were dwelling on it in the morning, you wake up, you're crying, evening, afternoon. You know, God, that's how He answers. The first thing that comes to you is peace of mind during that storm. And that's just a way of God answering to your prayers. Peace. Because the Bible says Jesus is the Prince of Peace. So do not ever